Procrastinating is easy. Hard work takes effort. Hello and welcome back to the shop. It's a chilly day down here today, which is not exactly a terrible thing. I'm working on a bit of a project, getting ready for a project really. And I got something to show you. You remember a while back, like a couple of years maybe, I did a video about dismantling pallets, methods to use, different ideas of how you could remove the wood without damaging everything. You know, actually getting viable supplies out of a pallet. Well, I seen one recently that I hadn't thought of before. And seeing as I had the tools to try it, figured let's give it a shot. I'm almost done with this pallet, and I figured, seeing I've proven that it works, or at least proven to my own satisfaction that it works, that maybe I should show it to you guys. What I have here is a very old drill. I bought this at a yard sale. A neighbor was moving on. He was retired and moving to a new home. But more importantly, what I have on the end of here is called a plug cutting bit. Now this is used for cutting plugs out of wood. Think of them as small pieces of dowel. The idea being that if you had the head of a screw or a nail that was inset into a piece of wood and you were looking to hide it away, you use a plug cutting bit, you cut a plug and you put it into that hole. Sounds simple enough, right? But what's that got to do with taking apart a pallet? Well, think of the nail in the wood that's holding the pallet together as going through a piece of pastry, like a donut. So if you used the plug cutting bit on it, you'd basically cut the hole out of the donut, right? Well, after that, the nail's not holding on to anything but that little donut hole, right? It works surprisingly well. This old drill is not exactly the best for this, but it's the drill that's currently here in the shop when I decided to do this. So let me give you a shot. Let me show you how this is going. So I now have a couple of larger holes in this board, but the board is otherwise intact. This is the result of one of my earlier attempts at getting a board off with a crowbar and a hammer. I made firewood, or somewhere to cut more plugs out of at least. But if you look here on the pallet, you could see the nail with the plug of wood still attached. Now it's not much of a piece of wood. It's only a few crumbs, but it is enabling me to get these boards off mostly intact. Yes, I do have a couple of large holes, a few of them, but luckily enough I have a plug cutter. I can make plugs to fill in the holes. So that's one of the things that's going on in my shop today. So this is video 100. It's a bit amazing to me really that I'm still making YouTube videos and I've now made 100 videos. I'm really quite shocked, to be honest. I thought I would kind of fizzle out at this. I didn't have much faith in myself to actually keep going and actually produce a lot of videos. Early on, I really thought that I would get bored with this and that I'd just drop it along the way. For the most part, when I took this up, it was two factors. One I'm happy with and one I'm not so happy with. The not so happy, well, I was doing all these kind of projects, the type of things that I've put on my videos and stuff, and a lot of my coworkers didn't believe either in the results or that I had done it or that the project had turned out any good. And I had decided to start doing some of the videos. Mostly I was going to show them in person, but when I first started doing these videos, I was using an old laptop that a friend had given me, and wasn't exactly the greatest for portability. Older, very much older model, and needed cords for everything. Internet connection was almost non-existent, if I remember right. I think it's still in the corner here somewhere where it curled up and died. So some of my earlier videos, that's how they were shot. They were shot on an old laptop using its built-in webcam, and hopefully it explains at least some of the graininess and some of the poor camera angles. The other reason that I'm more happy with is that I started telling my father about some of these projects and ideas and different things, and because we don't live too close together anymore, it's started to be a way to try to share it with him. I'm not sure how many of my videos he's actually watched. I know he's seen the diaper video very long ago. Come up on my uncle's TV when they put on YouTube, got YouTube working on his smart TV, I believe. It was one of the things that came up. So they all sat down and kind of watched that video. So I know he's seen at least a few of them, and they're there if he chooses to watch them at some point. But I'm sharing it with him. I talked to him about it, and most of the time he's happy just hearing about the projects. I didn't really think that I'd get a lot of people wanting to see my videos. It was one of those things that I kind of thought that I'd do these videos and they'd kind of be hidden away on the internet because nobody bothered to look at them. And, it'd be great for me and my friends, the people that I chose to share it with. And now we're approaching 160 subscribers. That means there's 160 people that wanted to make sure that they saw my videos. I shouldn't say it like that, I guess, because not everybody wants to see the videos. They wanted to see one or two videos, and that's fine. I don't really mind one way or the other, but I am very happy and very impressed that so many people have decided to subscribe to my channel and wanted to come back and see some of my videos. From what I could tell, more than once, very much more than once. The making bread video is not quite my most popular video yet. For some reason, the old video I did about a garbage box that I had made is still more popular. I don't know why. But it's one of those things, I guess, that it's best not to wonder why and just accept that it is. I'm very happy for all the people who have commented on the making bread video and all the wonderful advice and thoughts that came along with it. There's one or two maybe not so nice here or there, but hopefully I deleted them before anybody had to put up with it. This is a weird video to be making. I never really thought I'd be making the 100th video. I was very impressed with myself at one point when I had hit double digits and just had made 10 videos and hadn't run out of ideas yet. So now I'm in triple digits and I still have ideas. So some of the palette that I'm currently taking apart will go to make a Christmas present. I have an idea for my brother to make him something for Christmas. The 2x4s that are coming from it, I'm thinking I'm going to use it for the chassis for a garden cart that I've been wanting to build for a while. My old wheelbarrow's taken a bit of a beating, and there's certain jobs that it'd really go a lot easier if I had 4 wheels on the ground instead of just one. So I'm hoping to make that garden cart. If I have enough wood left over after making my brother's Christmas present, I'm thinking I might make something special just for the shop. A little something for my channel maybe. I bought some things at the dollar store a while ago that I was very shocked to see there, but hopefully I can make it work. LED light strips. It could be a very nice, bright project. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, I still have a lot of ideas to pursue. I'm hoping that some of you will give me some ideas to pursue along the way. I have some more projects to do in my kitchen. If you haven't seen it, I did a big renovation on my kitchen a few years ago. I'd like to say it's finished, but it's a thing when you have a house that some things are never really finished. Well, there's still some work to be done in the kitchen, some more home rentals to do there. Some things are just updating, but some things are changes because we've lived with it and now we have a better understanding of what we want. I have more changes coming to the shop. My table saw needs upgrading, updating, and improving. That should be a good one. I've been thinking about changing my iconic little workbench there. The drawers are in hard shape and coming apart because of the dampness down here. Other improvements that could be made now that I'm at least marginally improved as a woodworker. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about and like to do. Some of it is dependent on me coming across the right supplies and getting the right bit of tool or the right bit of wood or supply when I need it and pursuing a project. Some of it is just getting the time and energy to come down here and work on it. My shop is unheated, so it means that usually in the winter I'm a fair bit more reluctant to come down here. I'm not partial to being cold. I like sitting in a nice warm room and having a read, going through a new book or something, playing the game. So much easier and more comfortable than coming down in a cold shop. Procrastinating is easy. Hard work takes effort. Another project that I need and want to continue working on and finish is actually a project I started before the pandemic. That's how long this one has been going on. I started a project before the pandemic to make myself a new computer desk. It was going to be a floating desktop. I had very high hopes for it. I got it so far along and winter set in, then the pandemic set in, and then I sat down. And it didn't really get very far after that. I do have most of the tabletop glued together. It just needs a lot more work from there. And I think I kind of got intimidated on some of the joinery and some of the things I wanted to do. Unsure if I could actually accomplish it. I think it's time I got off my chair and figured out if I can accomplish it or not, don't you? I think so. So that's going to be the end of this video. I know it's a bit of a rambly, talky video. It's not much of a project. I'm sorry for that. We are down in the shop, so at least I got that far with it. It is a new method for disassembling pallets. It's very effective. It's quieter. It's a bit harder in some respects on the hands. Pushing on the drill for that blunt plug cutter, bit annoying, bit hard on the wrists. But I only have one board left to go. Previous experience with this pallet, at least, is that the nails come out easy with my crowbar. So I'll take that. I'll be happy to have it. And those 4 2x4s should be more than enough to help me build the garden cart that I want. I collected up dry leaves for my garden in the fall a few weeks ago, and it would have been a lot easier to be able to load a half dozen of them into the garden cart that I envision. Let's see if I can get that one off the ground too. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate the fact that you came back to see what this video was all about. Hopefully you'll come back and see what the next video is about too. My name is Stephen. This is my channel, Heart's Delight Exports, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.